Hello, welcome back. I took a long break in between my last game and this game. I don't even really remember what happened. I'm trying to think of even the gun I had, but it's kind of eluding me. Oh, good lord. You know what? No. Main menu. This sound effect needs to die. Alright? I apologize for this. My sincerest condolences for your waste of time in the first 10 seconds of this recording. That sound effect is killing me. I remember that. I don't want to hear it my entire time playing, so we're going to quickly reload and ignore the existence of what just happened. I could cut that out, but it's only 50 seconds. Now, I will say there's something I forgot to mention that's happened recently in terms of news that I'm aware of. Also, if you're a vacuum in the background, please ignore my loud vacuum. But it's actually bumping on my door. Please no. Let me in! Like Eric Andre would say. But basically, they reopened indoor dining with, I think, 25% capacity is what they did. Forgot that was a thing. Yikes. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I mean, indoor dining isn't necessary. Let me start off by saying that. But it's going to be winter soon. New Jersey, I mean, our winters can get cold. You know, we got to deal with varying temperatures. They're suspecting it's not going to be very cold this winter, but you never know what's going to happen until winter comes. Winter is coming. And I'm not really in the business of eating out when it's cold. I don't like the cold. I'm less of a cold person, more of a warm person. People are very opposite on that. A lot of opinions I see when I'm talking about that is they say you can always put more layers on, and I'm just like, you could. You could also, like, put less layers on for summer. Like, you don't gotta wear 2 shirts. You know, just because you want your collared shirt underneath your sweater, and that's your regular style, doesn't mean you gotta wear it. Find something else for summer. You know, get some short sleeve shirts, short sleeves pants, tank tops. Obviously, you might not look good in a tank top, but then why don't you work out? Then you start to look good in a tank top. Then we're talking. So I understand the differences, but I prefer warmer weather to colder weather. I think colder weather is just not up my alley. I don't have the crystals for that. Where was I going with this again? Indoor dining? Yeah, indoor dining. It's a mistake. I did read on the Reddit, even though I haven't been keeping up with too much news, I still check out the New Jersey Reddit probably like once a day, just to see what the heck's going on. There was someone said first day of indoor dining, and I already had someone burp in my face, and the bathroom stalls were full of human feces. What is wrong with people? And why do they gotta be that way? Is it difficult to just be polite? Why would you burp in someone's face, for starters? Even if it was an accident, how does that happen? You can't just, like, turn to the side and burp? You really, like, had to look at the person you were burping at? Now, I'm not saying I necessarily believe what this random Redditor said, but if it's true, it's gross. If it's not true, it doesn't surprise me. It's Reddit. He probably overblew it out of proportions. Like, maybe the guy burped in a random direction. He's like, why would you even burp near me? That wouldn't be surprising either. In terms of the feces, that I have no comment on, because people do that crap all the time. Like, not kidding, all the time. Give me that. So it really goes both ways, and then, you know, you get the people who tell their stories, and they're like, I had a good experience with indoor dining so far, and that's nice. I'm glad you did have a good experience with indoor dining. I don't even see why we need to do indoor dining right now. It should just keep to itself, like social distancing. I think it's a little early. I mean, it's still really warm weather out lately. 2 chests for an egg. It's still really warm weather out lately. There's really no risk of anything happening. We haven't been having bad weather anymore. Like, the hurricanes are kind of gone. It's not really a problem. I lost a ton of wisdom room progress for that. That's sad. I would have had it on the first floor. Oh yeah, this guy spawns enemies. I forgot he does that. So we can get 70 coins here if we farm him a little bit, which it happens inevitably. Indirectly. Oh, he's jumping over here. You see, I gotta get that like, fast nibble off. It's like when your friend's trying to take one of your chips. Oh, what? Where did that come from? Where did all this money come from? What? I'm so confused. I don't think I had an item that gave me money. I'm rich? It's the cat. It's the cat. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my seating arrangements. I'm gonna pass on the cat. Something to do with like when your eggs hatch, you get like gifts every now and then or something. I don't really know the exact wording of it. I don't care about the exact wording of it. I just know what the general use of the item is, and that's it. We have a lot of gold, so I'm willing to give this a shot. Let me take a slight refreshment. Oh, dude, look at that! A microcosm off. Micropixel off of being filled to the brim. The other main complaint that I see on the New Jersey Reddit, I mean, you've known my opinion on that, but the other main complaint, at least today, that was two top threads, was someone complaining about getting passed on the right in an interstate. Which, I mean, makes sense because you shouldn't really be passing on the right. What is up with this gun, and what does it do? Is this an item I have? Well, this was fire rate. I guess I just haven't shot since then. Nothing else. I have upgraded the gun once. How did I get a gun upgrade? Oh, Wayne Tech actually was an upgrade, right? Oh, we can have a double jump, by the way, too. Nice. So I can go back. I was hoping there would be a teleporter after that room, but there was not. So I'll go back for the wisdom room. But the main complaint was getting passed on the right. Okay, so you know my experiences with driving. I got a lot of problems with New Jersey drivers, Pennsylvania drivers, all kinds of drivers. You know, I don't live in the best area for driving because people are just wild around here. It's like Mad Max on the turnpike. You just hope that you're not in the wrong place at the wrong time, to say it politely. Constantly, people just don't follow the rules of the road. Is it so difficult to just not pass in the right lane? I understand, like, I agreed with most of the stuff that's on the Reddit, but it is very circle jerky. Like, they're all asking, or not asking, they're all like trying to say it in a way that they drive exactly the speed limit. They never drive over. Their driving is perfect. It's everyone else who's wrong. It's Reddit. But to give my take on it, I'm not saying I drive perfectly, but I know how I drive. I know that I normally drive. Okay, I can't actually get that item. The way I normally drive, I'm in the left lane, to be honest, because there's always someone slow in the right lane. I'm not usually on the interstate though, so I'm not in that 3-lane setup. If you're driving in the middle lane, you know, you do you. If you're driving in the left lane in the interstate, that one's a little bit I mean, if you look at it this way, which is how you probably should look at an interstate, you got the right lane is mostly for entrances and not for, like, entrance and exits, and not for driving in. That's my opinion on it. Driving on, like, the highway, I guess, not really the interstate, turnpike, whatever you want to call it. You shouldn't really be driving in the right lane. But also, people do. And they'll be in the right lane for like so long that it's baffling. And it really is. And the people that pass you on the right lane, that doesn't make sense. Now, I highly doubt most of the drivers on the New Jersey Reddit are driving exactly the speed limit in the middle lane and following the rules of the road, because it's New Jersey. Simply put, we live in New Jersey. New Jersey drivers, now they're more like always got to be in left lane and always got to be driving a minimum of 10 miles per hour above the speed limit, unless they're like really old drivers, which no offense to old people, but new drivers and old drivers just tend to be driving slow for some reason. I mean, like, that's good. You shouldn't be driving fast. I don't want to make it sound like I'm trying to condone people just driving insanely fast and impeding traffic or being just generally aggressive and probably going to cause an accident. I don't condone that, but there we go. So what I mean is, if you drive slow and that's how you learn to drive, you were taught well, right? Driving too fast, you could cause an accident. There's a lot of problems that could happen. You don't want to risk anything on the road, because you're playing with your life. At the end of the day, you really are just playing with your own life and the lives of other people on the road. It's better to be safe than sorry. I tend to drive in the left lane, though. I drive like, maybe 5-10 over the speed limit. That's just New Jersey. But when someone's driving like 45 in the left lane, that's when you start to get upset. Because, like, why? Dude, if the speed limit's like 60, you're driving 45? Why? I find like 60 is generally a pretty good speed to be driving for, like, at least like my standards of where I live and how I drive to work. Not saying 60 is good on every road. If you're driving on a 30-mile-an-hour road, it's probably a 30-mile-an-hour road for a good reason. Just be careful how you're driving. At the end of the day, be careful what you wish for. What was in my shop? It was 2 guns, I think, and a bunch of armor, if I'm remembering right. I don't know. People in New Jersey are just absolutely crazy. It's especially stupid because you get a lot of drivers from Pennsylvania who are coming down to use the beaches because they don't have anything in their state. Or not state. Well, I guess in their state. Most of them are from Philly, not really like just general Pennsylvania drivers. If the general Pennsylvania drivers come in all the way over to New Jersey for the beaches, that's a long drive, so you're probably taking like a week off, not just like a day off. But you probably more likely see Philly drivers, and let me tell you, Philly drivers are bad. It's the only warning you need for drivers from Philly. What are you talking about, dude? It was on top of that rock. Wait, where the heck did Grabber go? He just disappear? Did he get eaten by dark matter that I couldn't see? Get him. Build this bear. Then the other major complaint on the Reddit was, that was bad damage, was someone making a meme of driving in the left lane and getting passed by a pickup truck driver. Or not getting passed, getting tailgated by a pickup truck driver. Like, you're driving 10 over the speed limit, and the pickup truck driver is still tailgating you. Like, dude, chill out. We're already in the passing lane, 1. It's just funny that it's always a pickup truck driver. I swear. They just have no regard for rules of the road. They don't care. That's Guardian, is it? I think. Or maybe it's like the knockoff Guardian. Great value Guardian. Guardian's bluer. So that's like the other Guardian. I don't think it gives you this Guardian sprites on kill. But I think it just reinforces my opinion that pickup truck drivers are some of the worst drivers on the road. If everyone else is having a problem with them and it's not only me, then there's got to be something wrong with them. No, I'll pass for now. I can definitely perfect the room. That's not the problem. So I want to get as much towards the next wisdom room as I can. Ritual mask. I don't remember what this does. I mean, Atlantis bubble is good. We've learned that from our DNA. Ay, ay, ay. It's the fishing room. Why won't you throw the fishing rod, huh? You'll only throw it backwards? Sweet. So, I don't know how long I'm willing to do the fishing room, but, you know, we're here, so we might as well do it. I got 2 crystals. I know I never did get my, like, big crystal. We never paid it off. That gave us a 1 crystal back to be able to get the big crystal, so that's fine. I'm gonna miss a couple of them because I'm really just not. Wow, I was early. That's intense. Which reminds me too, like, people just... Why do they all drive so late to work? Why not go early? The earlier you leave, the less you gotta worry about, like, how fast you want to get home. And if you're driving fast to get home from work, most of the time it's probably because they gotta go to the bathroom and they didn't want to use the bathroom at their job. I generally would never use the bathroom at my job until, you know, the whole pandemic, because we were not allowed to use the bathroom in the pharmacy. It was supposed to be for the pharmacist only until the pandemic, and then they were like, yeah, you can use the bathroom that's in the pharmacy. Alright, sir. I will pay you 10 more coins. Probably for like 1 coin. That's how these chests work. Let's go! Oh, that's a ton of armor. I did have the item that makes all of your red hearts turn into armor, so I'm expecting armor. But at the same time, that was kind of a lot. Normally you don't get 3 hearts from a chest. I wonder if those money chests just give you more loot in general. That was not the D button at all. If you're wondering, I pressed W. I just wanted like 1 item out of this. I hate the fishing room. That just ate 100 coins. I remember like the only time I've really ever gone fishing, it was on like a kind of like a what's the word? Also horrible time to take 2 hits, 3 hits actually. It was on one of those it's not like a I seriously can't think of the word. It just completely escapes me. When you go on a boat for like a trip, I can't believe it's that hard for me to think of the word. But that's what it was. We went to get it was like a vacation kind of, right? And they had a little bit of fishing you could do on the boat. Somebody caught a baby shark. That's been pretty much my only experience with fishing. Really incredible. Can't get up there with just a double jump. I would need another jump. Double jump. It's like darkness in the night. You can't get up here with just a double jump, so that's pretty good. Free key. What is this item? I don't remember this. Silver brooch. Each time you pick up a coin, there's a chance you'll get extra keys. So that's a lot of keys, I suppose. I don't know what I'm going to do with a lot of keys, but can't really complain. Okay. I don't know what made you angry. Probably the fact that I didn't want to play with you. Finally got a second bomb. Took a while. And then I gotta remember, where the heck was my crystal? I think it was over here. In this room, maybe? No? Maybe over to the left? Because it's not in here. And I don't think it was here. Nope. I could do more fishing, but I'm just not interested. Is it over here? I wish it just showed on your map. Can I complain about that, please? To the developers? There it is. Hello. And if you're saying, well, it did show on the map, no, it was this crystal. See? Disappears, no crystal on the map. Ooh, 10 coins. Just like that. I don't think I did the boss. Now we got block. They got a bit of coin. My coins are bitter, not sweet. Slap. 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 Slap again. No. Oh, jump through that. Oh, wow. Wow, let me go. Please. This is it. I can't get out. I mean, like, there's nothing I can do, so I guess I'm just gonna knife you. That was incredibly stupid. It wouldn't let me jump over him because of his contact damage, but... he, like, bullied me into that corner. I've never been bullied so hard in my life. Mostly because I was homeschooled, so I never... you know... more keys, right? Yep. Really, like, what is your obsession with giving me key items? I don't care about the key items. Let's save this because, I don't know why I'm saying so much recently. We're gonna save it so that way when I get the room, the wisdom room, I can come back and reactivate another wisdom room and start building it up again. That's the benefit of it. Because if I were to pay it off now, it would help me get there a minuscule amount. It's not gonna really be the make or break on whether or not we get the wisdom room, so I might as well save it for that purpose. That purpose is to build up another one is gonna be better than the little amount it would help me with. Makes sense in my head. Probably makes sense to you after I explained it, but it wasn't a very good explanation, I will admit. I'm not the best explainer. I've never been very good at teaching people things. I just like talking. Never claimed to be good at talking. I'm not a verbose person. My vocabulary is, you know, probably pretty limited for what it should be, but it doesn't bother me very much. I wouldn't, like, I would say to a certain extent it bothers me. I like to, know a larger dictionary, I suppose, when talking, so that way... That's just a passive? I've never taken this before, so hopefully I can make it work pretty well. But as I was saying, I would like to have a larger dictionary. I just think that... well, I've been out of school for a while, for one, and I don't think school is where your dictionary comes from. I think what you use determines your dictionary. That's just the truth of the matter. If you're not using words, then you're not going to think to use them at any point. So if you wanted to improve your dictionary, you'd be better off actually using words, because then you're going to learn more. Going out of your way to look things up and practice saying them in sentences, so when the opportunity presents itself, you can articulate what you've learned. But at the same time, it's a lot of, like, off the top of the dome piece, you know? You gotta be in that situation, think of something to say, and I think that's where a lot of people's pauses come from in sentences. If they're thinking of something to input in that situation, but if they can't come across, you know, the right term or like the right phrase, they're not gonna have anything to say, and then they're gonna get an awkward state of silence until they end up just saying something basic. The sound of silence. I think that's the most common, like, talking issue, I would suppose. It's weird to say talking issue. I don't really like to call it a quote-unquote talking issue. That sounds stupid, but that's pretty much what it would be. Nice dodge. I was actually kind of scared I was going to get hit there. So reduce your rate of fire, but greatly increase your weapon damage. Positives. Think positives. Excuse me, I'm looking at my phone for a brief minute. I'm not very, like... Well, I'm not going to say I'm not tech savvy. I'm not very, like, phone addicted, to say the least. I do a little bit of stuff on my phone here and there, but for the most part, I'm not as, like, attached to my phone as other people are. Like, a lot of my coworkers, I was going to say friends at work, and then I thought for a second, I was like, wait, they're not mostly friends? No offense to the people I work with, but more so just our coworkers. We don't, like, hang out outside of work. At least in my experience, we don't. That's probably partly my fault because I don't try to, but also because of the age gap difference that we have. We can get up here regardless of what we do. There's no risk of that. I don't know, it's weird, like, to a certain degree. I don't know why I also sprungboard into this now that I've talked about, you know, people at work, but to a certain degree, making friends with people with a large age gap is pretty weird, right? Unless they have very similar hobbies to you, or it was someone you hung out with doing something that was a hobby to you at the same time. If you don't meet them through your recreational time, it's kind of hard to be, like, quote-unquote friends with people. In my experience, like, if I work with someone and they had a hobby similar to mine that we could talk about, like when we talk about football, yeah, maybe one day we'll go see a football game together. If you're, like, constantly talking about TV shows, and no offense to TV shows, also horrible bomb throws on this throw lately, this specific throw I've been messing up intensely. I should say immensely, but it's kind of the same thing. What is up with the keys? Potted plant. There's a chance your bullets will split into two. More like, double the effects of mysterious potions. Don't mind if I do. Oh, I got hit by the door, so it removed my damage. Does make sense. That is how the gun works. I knew I could make that jump. But what I mean by saying that is I feel like everyone I met at work, we might, like, have every now and then something to talk about, and it's not like we don't get along, it's just that we have no reason to hang out, especially partly because we work the same job, so on the days I'm off, they're not generally off, so we'd have to actually, like, put in a ton of effort to get a hangout to actually happen. Or it would have to be on the weekend. I'm not really, like, a weekend hangout with other people kind of person. I'm a weekend, like, I just want to get my own stuff done. A lot of the times I don't get my weekends off, so to put it lightly, I got stuff I need to do. If I happen to be off on a weekend, ruby earrings. That is what it is. Also, that's Famine. Famine's a good gun, but I've never really used Wild Wolf, so we're going to stick with Wild Wolf. The other item is just pure trash. So I'm not thinking too hard about, like, my decision making. I'm kind of just going. We already have the Athena token, so it really doesn't matter whether or not we get Violence or Wisdom. Violence is generally going to be better for, like, a snowballing run, and Wisdom for the opposite. For, like, a defensive run. You don't get too much offensive from Wisdom, and I think most of Wisdom's items, pardon me, are bad. I don't even think, like, most of the time they don't have a gun. The only gun you can get from Wisdom that I remember off the Dome piece is you can get, what's it called? Guardian. And Guardian's like a run winner. Don't get me wrong, but It's also pretty rare. And more often than not, you'll find, like, get a crystal for killing an enemy with melee damage, and then be like, this is bad. So Argus is taking a ton of damage, which proves to me that I think we're going to be just fine. He's also attacking over there for no reason. Lasers on the next one? I let myself get hit there pretty badly. I can't believe it's 30 minutes. I feel like I've barely been talking. I actually feel pretty good this run. I haven't had too much throat pain, which is nice. Maybe a little bit of dry tongue, but that's also just due to the fact that I have a fan in my room, which if I didn't have in my room, summers would be too horrible for me. I said I am more of a heat person. I don't know if I said that this episode, but I did, because I was talking about the indoor dining. I did. And the problem with the heat in New Jersey, let me explain this, because I've been to Arizona. I visited a friend down in Arizona. The problem with the heat in New Jersey is humidity. We're like right next to the ocean. If you get a bad like hurricane, that happened twice this year, to say the least, you get pretty bad humidity for the rest of the freaking week. At least it's gonna last probably a lot longer than a week, but you got like constant rain after that, so it's gonna make it humid. And there's also been like a lot of thunderstorms this year, even though it hasn't, outside of the hurricane days, it hasn't rained a ton. But it's been like rainy enough weather that it's been pretty humid, at least in my opinion. Like we've had 60-70% humidity days recently, and that's horrible. But dry heat doesn't bother me. I've been to Arizona, I've been to Texas, I've been down there in both locations for 2 weeks, 4 weeks total spent. I went to Arizona in March, so it probably wasn't as hot as it would have been. I went to Texas, I believe it was in June or July, end of July maybe. It was a lot warmer in Texas than it was in Arizona, for sure, but it didn't bother me. The dry heat is a lot better. I love the rain, don't get me wrong. In terms of weather preferences, I think the rain is probably like my favorite weather. I don't know how else to say that. I hate snow. I'm not a snow person. If you are a snow person, good for you. If you are not a snow person, I agree with you. Probably for every reason you will list as to why you don't like snow. If you live in a place that has snow, you will most likely dislike snow. If you don't live in a place that has snow, you will most likely like snow. That's my take on the situation from a lot of people I've met, from my own opinions. I think player 0 ready is probably the best out of those. Did I go here? I did. We already did this. So, snow is just bad. Hail, I mean, no one's gonna say hail is their favorite weather condition. I guess that was the word I was looking for, weather condition. Why would you say hail is your favorite weather condition? It's horrible weather condition. Sleet is just worse hail. Changed my mind on that. Rain, I don't know. I like the mood and the atmosphere of rain. Also cools down, you know, the planet. It's good for global warming. Clouds are very helpful at reducing the overall temperatures of the planet, keeping the sun's rays out. So, overall, I look at rain as a positive. Helps bring life to the plants, you know, all that cheesy stuff. But at the same time, not cheesy, because it's good in all the ways I listed. Sunlight is also good, but it's just also like boring. I don't know. Warm rain to me is my favorite. Cold rain, that's when it starts to get closer to snow, and not even just because it could turn to snow if it's too cold, just that I know snow is just rain that's frozen over. But cold rain is what I determine by rain that makes you shiver. In general, if I look at rain, if the rain is warm, good job. Good job. If the rain is warm, you have, can you come out? You have, I don't know where I'm trying to articulate here. Basically, if the rain's cold, you're going to shiver in the rain. If the rain's warm, you're not going to shiver in the rain. But sure, you might shiver after you get out of the rain. But as the rain is hitting you, you're not going to shiver. It'd be like, you know, kind of like a pseudo-warm shower. It's not ever going to be as warm as your shower, probably. But warm enough. I think that's good enough, at least in my opinion, to make warm rain better than cold rain. Obviously, I think most people would prefer warm rain because cold rain sucks. How am I going to fit this bullet in here? That's just a fact. Cold rain, you don't want to be cold. No one likes being cold. You can wear a raincoat, I guess, but I don't know. Not up my alley to wear a raincoat. It's not my style. So instead, I'm just going to go without a shirt in the rain. No, I wouldn't do that. I'll just wear a tank top, which is the same thing. Watch this. Oh, he's a genius. And it didn't matter because it couldn't use what he earned from his high IQ. Your reward? An already used pencil. And you didn't give me anything. Yeah? Are you complaining? Oh, dude, he's got it. The battery's stuck on him again. The Energizer Bunny is beating the drum. He had a sort of rhythm to him. He was going like boom, boom, boom. I was up there in the closet almost beatboxing. Going like boom. I'm not good at beatboxing. That was just a pseudo meme from a dude who had his house broken into. I got respect for people who can beatbox. Because clearly I get overwhelmed just talking a large amount. What is this gun, by the way? Black Raven. Oh, I've had this before. I'm gonna keep Wild Wolf. Woof, woof. Howl at the moonlight. This is a floor with Hal. We're getting pretty close to the end here. Good to know. Got a couple more floors to go through. Maybe we could just speed it up. I got so many, like, resources. This run kind of just left me behind while I was talking about a bunch of random stuff, which is nice. Say, where is our boss? Boss is going to be up top. And I'll go up top. It's pretty far away, so let's not lollygag. And maybe just get this one over with, because I've already run out of topics of conversation. I don't know, I didn't really have any topics of conversation going into this. Just the New Jersey Reddit thing I wanted to talk about a little bit. Where people were complaining about the pickup truck drivers, and then I went like, you know, on tangents. That's fine. I don't need every key in the run. You don't get every single consumable in Isaac when you play. You just kind of pass up a lot of them towards the end of a run because you're already strong enough. Oh. Hallelujah. I don't know how much more I'm going to record, though. You know? Been thinking about that. I look at the time, and it's already 4 p.m., which is kind of ridiculous. This combat up there, I don't want to do. It's 4 p.m., and the time just has escaped me. I woke up at 10. which is later than normal. I like to wake up at like 7. I feel like I have most of the day ahead of me. But that didn't happen this time. Instead, I woke up at 7, fell back asleep. Then I woke up at 8 and fell back asleep. Oh, it was the diagonal lasers. Didn't even look. Then I woke up intermittently after that. Also, I didn't get the, violence room, but whatever. I woke up intermittently after that and had trouble, like, staying asleep. So it was like a shallow sleep, which turned into me waking up at 10 o'clock when there was breakfast to eat down here. I like how it dropped half of an armor there because I couldn't use half of it. That's cool. I mean, I do have an item I think that gives me damage for having max crystals. I might as well take it. No reason to detriment myself that much. There's 10 coins over there, but I don't have any coin items this run. This run just kind of strong due to the gun. Wild Wolf is a lot stronger than I have given it credit for. I knew what it did, but I kind of ignored it. I'll pay it off because it didn't get hit by that, apparently. So this explosion item where... No, I think that's just metal panties in general. I don't know what I'm saying. This should split him right now. Okay. I did not see that spawn, but okay. Roll through. And not too hard, but I got hit on the tail end due to a random bullet that came out of nowhere. You take a drink. As we top this one off for the day with a nice fudge caramel topping. I don't like fudge. I don't. I like fudge and coffee. I don't like fudge on ice cream. Wait, no. I said fudge? No, I love fudge. I don't like caramel. Excuse me. I'm sorry, fudge. I cross my heart. Do that thing football players do where they pretend like they're religious. They gain some upheal. Tap, 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 up top. Touch my brain. I love my brain. But caramel to me has just always been kind of gross as an ice cream topping. I don't like carameled apples. I like caramel flavor in coffee. That's it. I hate caramel on anything else where it has actual substance. By the way, I want to do another room and kill some enemies because I just walked onto spikes and lost my damage up, so let's go do that. Rebounding bullets every now and then. It is what it is. There's no way to make it guaranteed, which is a little bit disappointing. I would like maybe a luck stat that you could like make your bullets guaranteed. I'll do one more room, and then we'll go into our boss fight. This room should be pretty easy. Most of these enemies that spawn in here aren't that difficult. And this was the easiest variation of the room. I don't know if there's other ones. I can't remember off the top of my head. Eggs increase damage too, by the way, so let's pick it up. Even though it's not going to be a make or break, we're definitely still going to win. And I might even be capped on damage with the amount of kills I've gotten so far, but I don't... There's no way to see that stat, so it's hard to determine whether or not you are capped on your damage. Let's just go say hi to the boss fight. Hello, Athena. It's been a while since I've actually fought Athena, and I'm not sure if I'm, like, insanely strong for the Athena fight, or just partly strong. Because I've never really had to actually do the boss fight. A lot of times I kind of just kill it super fast. And that's sort of what happened here. You saw a little bit more of the Athena fight than normal. I'll put it that way. That's actually going to be it for this episode. If you liked the episode, please leave a like. If you got any complaints you want to make about any drivers on the road, comment down below in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.